Are you ready to get a high return on your investment without speculation? To break through the fear that's holding you back and learn to invest your money safely? To finally be able to profit from tax lien investing? Well, if you are, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Joanne Musa, and I want to welcome you to my short video presentation about how you can profit from tax lien investing. Here's what you can expect today. You're going to learn how to get double-digit returns without the risk of the stock market. You're going to learn about the pros and cons of investing in over-the-counter tax liens and deeds. You're going to learn how you can get started now, and if you stay on until the very end, you're going to learn about a time-sensitive offer to help you get started getting those double-digit returns very soon. So let me begin by telling you a little bit about me. After all, why would you want to listen to me anyway? Well, I've been investing in tax liens since 2002. I've taught and trained others to do due diligence on tax sale properties and bid at tax sales for over 10 years now. And I've written 2 books on tax lien investing. And I'm a contributing author to the Amazon bestseller, Trust Your Heart, Transform Your Ideas into Income. And I've been mentioned in the January 2013 issue of Forbes magazine. So let's get started. Why invest in tax liens? Well, do you feel like you're gambling with the money in your retirement account now if you're investing in speculative things like the stock market? Are you concerned and want a safer investment? Well, here's why tax lien investing works. Tax lien certificates rival the returns of the stock market without undue risk. You can generate 5 to 10 times what you're making in other safe investments like a CD or money market account. And tax lien investing eliminates the risk of the stock market while producing bigger returns than in other safe investments. And if you're serious about investing your money safely, then investing in tax liens may be a way for you to invest without the risk of the stock market or other speculative investments, and that's where I can help. Now, here's how tax lien investing pays out. You see, when you own a tax lien, it has to be paid within a specified period of time, or you can foreclose on the property. Now, that is incentive for the property owner to pay off the lien and put money in your pocket. So it's a win-win for everyone. You see, the local government needs to get their property tax money. They use that to build roads, pay school teachers and firemen and policemen. So when they don't get their property taxes, in some states what they do is they will sell those property taxes to an investor. And that allows the property owner more time to come up with the money for their taxes. Remember, in states where they don't do this, they get the property just sold right out from under them. So it sure beats having their property sold to pay the taxes. Okay, the investor, that's you. You get a high return on a safe investment that's backed by real estate. So when you invest in tax liens, you don't have to worry about the stock market. Not even the real estate market will affect the return on your investment, even though it's backed by real estate. You are in first position to get paid ahead of a mortgage or any other non-governmental lien on the property. And all your risks can be mitigated by doing your research, and all your research can be done online. But there is a problem with tax lien investing, and the problem is that it's not the best kept secret in America. Tax sales are very competitive. Big hedge funds and banks also invest in tax liens, and they don't care if they get a very small return. And that doesn't always leave a lot for the small investor. But there is an answer to that problem. You see, liens and deeds that are not sold at the tax sale are struck off to the county at the statutory or maximum interest rate. These liens are usually not bid on by institutional buyers. And you can buy these liens or deeds directly from the county without bidding up the price of the property or bidding down the interest rate, which is what happens at tax sales. These are known as leftover or over-the-counter liens and deeds. They're called over-the-counter liens and deeds because you just go into the county office and buy them over the counter, as opposed to having to bid at them on an auction. Now, there are pros and cons of investing in these over-the-counter liens. Well, the pros are that you get the maximum rate on these liens or deeds, and that in the case of deeds, you could buy them just for the back taxes or sometimes even lower. And you may not have to clear the title on a deed that you purchase over the counter as you do on deeds that are purchased at the normal way at a tax sale. Now, the cons to buying liens and deeds this way are that all counties do not sell over-the-counter liens or deeds. And in some states, it's not an easy process. Most of the leftovers are junk properties. You see, because these sales are very competitive, most of the good stuff gets bought up at the tax sale. But every once in a while, a good property gets on that leftover list. However, it can be a time-consuming process to find the good properties. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. And until now, this is not a strategy that I recommended. Well, until now. Now there is an easy way to invest in these over-the-counter liens. Now there is a tool to help investors with tax lien and tax deed investing. It does all the heavy lifting. With this tool, you can upload a list of leftover liens and quickly shake it out to find the nuggets of gold in the pile of junk. You can then look up the property information for the parcels that look interesting with a click of your mouse. And also with a click of your mouse, you can evaluate these properties based on the assessment data, county data available, market data, EPA data, and GIS maps. You can identify properties that are worth buying at the county and go and buy them right away over the counter, as we talked about. Now, I want to tell you about a special Arizona over-the-counter buying party that's coming up in April. We've already identified the good properties from the sales that just took place. And we're going to show you how to do the research and find the best properties that are left over from these tax sales. You'll get to see the properties we choose and learn how we picked them. We'll give you access to the research tool we use to extract all the county information for the tax sale properties and filter the list for the best properties to bid on, and we'll show you how to use it. You'll also get to pick from the properties that we identified to buy them directly from the county at 16% as soon as they're available. We'll even have an agent go and buy them for you. Now, this Arizona over-the-counter buying party and workshop, you could find out more about it at TaxLienInvestingWorkshop.com. Okay, just to let you know a little bit, you could go there and find out all the details, but I want to let you know the basics. This is what you're going to learn at this training, besides actually being able to purchase some of these liens. You're going to learn about assignment sale training. Corey and Tom from Fortress LLC, my partners in this Arizona buying party, will train you on how we'll train you about assignment lien buying, and we'll show you how that gives the investors the opportunity to purchase great liens for the maximum interest rate allowed. Instead of competing for liens that pay low rates, you'll know how to come in at the right time and double or triple your returns on the same capital. They're also going to teach you how to use the research assistant. We'll review the diligence package provided for each property. You see, we've already identified the best properties that are left over, and we'll let you review the due diligence that we've done. We'll explain step by step how the list was acquired, how the research assistant software made it easy to get the necessary research done, and how the conclusions of purchase viability were reached. In other words, how we determined which are the best properties to bid on. And then we're going to take you on a bus tour and property review. You can just hop on the bus. We're going to be taking a trip to view each property on the purchase list so that you can take notes on the location, neighborhood, repairs, occupancy, and other items of interest for the property to help in your purchase decision. Then we're going to get together and go over the due diligence Q A. In this session, we're going to review the highlights of the property tours and answer questions to make sure that you have a solid understanding of the physical, on-the-ground walkthrough process for making investment decisions. And then we'll have our live purchase event. This is a super fun draft style round robin format where each of our participants takes turns choosing a lien to purchase from our pool that we have identified. Now, each investor will get to choose one lien per round for as many rounds as there are liens remaining to be purchased. Now, that's why we're really limiting this workshop to only 20 people, and some of those spots are already taken. We want you to be able to get at least 3 liens out of the ones that we've already identified. Now, altogether, this is 3 days of training from Friday, April 10th through Sunday, April 12th. We're going to even include lunch and snacks each day and dinner on Sunday, our last day. So you'll come away with the experience of participating in an over-the-counter tax sale right after the online tax sales are over. You'll be able to purchase these OTC liens after future tax sales with confidence now that you are going to know exactly what to do. You'll know how to buy profitable over-the-counter tax liens. And you'll get coaching from 3 tax lien experts, myself and Corey and Tom from Fortress, at a fraction of the cost that it would cost you for coaching from experts like us. You'll come away with tax liens at 16%. And that's the maximum that you can get in Arizona. Now, let me just tell you what a couple of my clients have said about my coaching. This is Alvaro Perez. He's a real estate investor in Ontario, Canada. He says, "Thanks, Joanne, for guiding me through the whole process of tax deed lien purchase. Michigan was a perfect spot for me since I reside in Ontario. The course I bought from you was one of the best investments I've made. My return is exponential." And this is Steve Iltz, a retired airline pilot who lives in Oregon. "If you're looking for a solution to tax lien and deed investing, you've come to the right place with the Tax Lien Lady. I started my search years ago with other providers without a single result until I found Joanne Musa. Her coaching program has delivered and her guidance is top-notch." So these are just a couple of clients that I have coached and mentored with tax liens. And Corey and Tom and Fortress have testimonials just like this from the people that they have helped. So I'm sure that we'll be able to help you. Now, as I'm doing this video, we only have 14 spots available. And by the time you watch this, there might be less. Now, you can bring a partner or spouse with you, and guess what? You also get 2 tickets to the Fortress Boot Camp that's coming up May 1st through May 3rd. Now, don't worry if you can't make those dates, because they will have other boot camps this year that you will be entitled to come to one of them. But you will get 2 free tickets to one of their boot camps, which is a $2,400 value. You'll get that along with your spot on our buying party and workshop in Arizona. You can find out more and get all the details at taxlieninvestingworkshop.com. But hurry, remember this trip happens April 10th through April 12th, okay? So, and we only have spots for 14 more people at this time.